Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 24th of January 2018. And pound, yes, traded sideways after moving low. You can see the selling there, 3 bars of selling, and you've got the purple pogo stick there, and some buying coming in, and more buying to find support. Then there's a quick move to the downside with a sell signal, and then the market reverses. This bar here, I just put this on, you can see that the volume is greater than the previous bar, and that is sort of a test type bar. So even though the market was moved lower in these 2 bars, the volume is greater in this one, and then the market's free to turn around and move higher. Get the buy signal there, which makes up the loss on the sell side there. And of course the buy side in this market is the best side. As you can see in the daily chart, the market continues to move higher. But in order to see where we're going longer term, I've loaded up a weekly chart. We'll just get rid of the volume off this one. That's what we're interested in here, is the actual price areas. And you can see that in the weekly chart, the sort of areas, the next upside targets, we've got one there as well, but there's nothing else in between. We've come straight through this area and this area, so we're looking at this sort of target for this market. So I'm just going to remove a few of these. We'll leave those in, and also if we go from this high down to this low, this area here is going to be major. The 76%, so 142.71, that's a crucial area, and we're just through the 140 now. That's why I slowed up a bit there. I was just having a look, see where we're trading, 140. So that's good. We've taken out the psychological level there as well. So that's the bigger picture, and I love weekly, monthly charts because it allows you psychologically to step back, see the bigger picture, and come away from the noise. And there you can see longer term it's looking good. And also, even though you've had the odd day where the market's closed back below the 20 bar average in the daily chart, in the weekly chart you can see that it's still looking nice and strong there. And news today, what have we got? Been fairly quiet on the news for a while. Just going through here, average earnings from the UK this morning. That's at 9:30, unemployment rate, existing home sales, and then just the usual crude oil inventories, which is out at 3:30. So nothing really major on the news today. I don't think the market's really taking much notice of the news these days, to be honest. I mean, it's had much manipulation that they don't seem to bother. It's very strange. No movement on Fed news or anything anymore. And that just goes to show you how, say, manipulated it is. Now, Dow yesterday saw a big drop, and according to the news sources, this was due to trade wars growing, which I never heard of. First thing I've heard about it, but there you go. So, market sells, puts in the support, as you see the buying coming in here. Then it all, the selling all disappears. And then we start to move higher, but then you've got a selling pressure here in this bar. As you see, the volume there is bigger than the previous bar, and then it's followed by a bit more weakness. We're at a psychological level here. Selling comes in as those that were long are forced out, and then the market becomes sideways until we get to kickoff. Kickoff is a bit of selling first, then some buying, then selling pressure again, and you can see the market then sell. And here's the mandatory, obligatory testing of the market. Buying pressure follows, and then the market does its 76% retracement, and then back up to the recent high that it had here. However, unlike most days where the market's continued higher, we see the market going sideways. It is a Tuesday. As I say, Tuesdays can be quiet. They're known to be, even with the 100-point shakeout in the background. Market attempts to go long, is met with selling, bit more selling till it's retested here. The market's then brought back on low volume, and then there's another flurry of activity here before the markets move back to the upside. And overnight, the market continues to move higher. You can see here that yesterday got a bit of a blip in the market, and we've got a new all-time high, even though the market moved lower, 26,324. All of the new the all-time high being put in, of course, in the pre-market session. You can see the market up there. Bit of an increase in the volume yesterday, as well, given the range of the bars. So some selling pressure around for yesterday, actually. But at the moment, it's vanished. And as I said yesterday, I'd expect this to continue for the time being to the upside. There's nothing really to stop it at this point. In the implied volatility, this was more normal yesterday. We went from 1050 to 1090, which you'd expect given that the market dropped 100 points in the pre-market session. So good to see that that's slightly more normal than it has been of late as well. And finally, in Bitcoin, we've got the market finding some support at the moment. There's rumours that Amazon are going to take Bitcoin, and that seemed to have lifted the market yesterday. So we've not tested the 76% retracement area just yet, and the market holding there quite nicely. Right, that will do it for this one. If there's anything to report, I will let you know. Other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.